Hi there, this is Srikanth. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about how to get up and running with MySQL database. So this is the very first lesson in our MySQL database series. So before deeping dive into MySQL database, so first we need to install that in our system. So to do that, first let me open the google.com in our Chrome web browser here. Okay. So here, if you type in download MySQL, so directly, so it takes you to the link. The very first link takes you to the MySQL database homepage, which is dev.mysql.com. So in that, if you click the community server edition, so here you have an installer for Windows, which both like x86 and x64, and you also have an installer.msi package. Directly you can run it on your Windows machine, whether Windows 7 or Windows 8 or even Windows XP. Okay, so this is the one good option to get the MySQL quickly. So another, the most easiest way to obtain an all-in-one package like XAMPP. Okay, so XAMPP is nothing but MySQL, Apache and PHP. So all in one, they have created an application. So if you just type it XAMPP in your Google homepage, so you get the first website, which is apachefriends.org. So there they have an all-in-one package, XAMPP. So you can LAMP server, they call it as LAMP server, LAMP stack for Linux world. So here in Windows we have XAMPP. So it's nothing but Apache, MySQL, PHP, and all other open source scripting languages. Okay. So here, so if you go to downloads here, you get for Windows, download is still automatically. This doesn't start here. Okay. So again, let's go to the home page and let's just click download here. So it takes you to the XAMPP for Windows version 1.8.2 and 1.8.3. So you get two different versions here. The most recent one, I hope, is this one, 1.8.3 by the time of this recording here. So you can just click on the download and you can just install on your PC, which is very straightforward process. Okay. So in my system, I use XAMPP, which I have installed already here. So after installing it, you get something like this, XAMPP control panel, or else you can close it and go to your start button and you can just type in the search bar XAMPP and you go to the control panel here. So here you have so all the wide variety of options here, like Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat, so on and so forth. Okay, so Apache, the previous series, when we are learning about PHP, we need a web server, which is nothing but Apache here, which runs on the background and serves the requests sent by the client application. And also the MySQL is a database, which we are going to learn here. So in order to get up and running or start with MySQL, you need to start the server here. MySQL is a server-side database which runs on a particular server at the port 3306. Okay, this is very important port number to remember here. Okay, so here we have started the MySQL server. So now if you want to do some commands or log into the MySQL window, so you need to go to the command prompt here in our Windows. If you type in cmd, so you go to the command prompt. Your command prompt might look somewhat different. So here I have changed my interface, background color to white and foreground color to black. Okay, so whatever you wanted, you can change it according to your wish. Okay, so now first clear the prompt here by saying cd/. So in order to log into the MySQL database, first we need to traverse to the so where our MySQL.exe file sits here. Okay, so after installing the XAMPP in your system, so if you browse the C directory and if you go to the XAMPP folder, okay, so let me make it a big here, extra large icons. So here you have an XAMPP folder here in your system. So if you go to that and you have a MySQL folder, okay. So you go to MySQL folder and you just if you copy that address, okay, just go to pin and then if you copy that address, okay, or else second here, copy that address, and if you come back to your command prompt, and just if you say cd space and just paste that prompt here and just click enter. So here what we are doing is we are trying to execute or run MySQL from the command prompt since we have started the server in the XAMPP. So here we need to log in into the MySQL server first using a proper command here. Okay, so to do that just we have travel until that folder which is bin here, because bin is the executable which sits in the MySQL folder here in the XAMPP directory, which is the root directory for our XAMPP server. Okay, so now if you type a command like this, MySQL -u space root space -p and enter, it asks you for a password here. Okay, so by default the password is nothing. Okay, it's null. So if you want to configure, you can go to the MySQL configuration file and you can configure there, which we're going to see in the later lesson. So until now, you remember that there is no password by default installation of any MySQL version here. Okay, so if you press enter, so directly your prompt gets changed here. If you observe here, your prompt gets changed to MySQL, and now you are entered into the MySQL database. Okay, so now if you want to test your with a small command here, I am just typing the command show databases. Okay, so if you press enter, it shows all the schemas or databases stored inside your MySQL database. Okay, the database is nothing but a collection of all tables, triggers, functions, and etc. and etc. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so in that way you can get up and running with MySQL. And also one key and important thing here is, if you accidentally or if you forget to start your MySQL server, if you stop the server accidentally, and if you exit from your MySQL, okay, so if you type exit, you come out of MySQL, and now if you try to once again do the same command, and here you will not be able to enter into connect to the MySQL server from the local host. Okay, so here the local host is the name of the server, which is run by the XAMPP control panel here. Okay, so in order to enter into the MySQL server through command prompt, you need to make sure that your MySQL server is running up and running here. Okay, under the port 3306, which is the default port for the MySQL database. Okay, so if you have if you're green here in your control panel of your XAMPP server, web server, so then you are good to go. And if you press enter and again enter for the password, since no password for default installation, so you are good to go with your database here. Okay, so if you type the command show databases, you get all the databases. Okay, so whatever the commands now can perform happily in your database. Okay, so if you want to use any database, you can say use test here. Okay, so database gets changed. Okay, so there are a lot of commands. We'll practice commands slowly in the subsequent lessons. So this lesson I want to make it only to get up and running with MySQL database through command prompt. Okay, so in order to get out of MySQL, you can just press exit. It comes out of your MySQL. So again, to revise once again, if you want to go inside the MySQL database, you need to type the command MySQL -u. The root is the default username for any MySQL database installation, and the password is null. So if you press enter, when it's prompt for password, you can just leave it blank, and that makes you to enter into the MySQL database here. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.